In the ongoing competition to become America's next war criminal president, it's currently the case that Henry Kissinger's good friend Hillary Clinton is now in the lead, not just because she voted for the Iraq War, but while she was Secretary of State, she pushed to intervene in Libya. Now, Donald Trump usually gets a pass because we don't really have a foreign policy record of his to look at since he's never held public office. And also, he constantly rails against the intervention in Iraq and intervention in Libya, which are now widely considered as foreign policy blunders. But let's be honest here, Donald Trump wasn't on the right side of those issues right away.
Are you for invading Iraq?
Yeah, I guess so. I wish I wish the first time it was done correctly.
Gaddafi in Libya is killing thousands of people. We should go in. We should stop this guy, which would be very easy and very quick. Stop him from doing it and save these lives.
But besides Donald Trump saying he would ramp up the fight against ISIS, or wanting to use nuclear weapons against ISIS, or wanting to institute a Syrian no-fly zone just like Hillary Clinton, or wanting to rip up the Iran deal on day one, or kill civilian family members of ISIS, or bring back torture, and allow for more nuclear proliferation, and not take using nuclear weapons against Europe off the table, and asking foreign policy experts why we can't use nukes if we have them, people still think that Donald Trump would be less interventionist than Hillary Clinton, all because he doesn't have a record to compare to hers. Now, I previously stated that I think Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump would probably be equally bad on the issue of foreign policy, and a new article from The Intercept shows that that might actually be the case. So they explain Donald Trump, who has railed against the political influence of military contractors, denounced wasteful Pentagon spending, and promised a less interventionist foreign policy, has nevertheless added to his transition team the leader of a group of defense contractors who advocate greater American militarism. So he may be saying that he's going to be non-interventionist. However, one of his advisors, Michael Rogers, is trying to make sure that that's not actually going to be the case. Michael Rogers, the hawkish former chair of the House Intelligence Committee, will be advising the Trump transition team on national security, the Wall Street Journal reported on Tuesday. After leaving Congress, Rogers founded a pressure group called Americans for Peace, Prosperity, and Security, that's very Orwellian, intended to help elect a president who supports American engagement and strong foreign policy. Now here's the kicker and why we should be worried about Rogers. Defense contractors were also an important part of Rogers' congressional bids. During his 2014 run, for example, he took campaign contributions from Mantech International, L3 Communications, Motorola Solutions, Northrop Grumman, BAE Systems, Boeing, and Lockheed Martin. Now the fact that he has a war hawk like Michael Rogers advising him doesn't help him build credibility among non-interventionists such as libertarians and progressives. But let's be fair here, he still doesn't have the donations that Hillary Clinton has. She's taking donations from defense contractors, not just to her political campaigns, but to the Clinton Foundation. So Donald Trump doesn't have this connection between him and defense contractors, right? Except, despite Trump's non-interventionist talk, a financial analyst predicted in April that a Trump presidency would be good for the defense industry. In June, the Trump campaign met with representatives of defense contractors. I'm going to repeat that. In June, the Trump campaign met with representatives of defense contractors. Now, this includes Boeing, Raytheon, and Lockheed Martin. Now, Boeing, let me remind you, is someone who donated almost $1 million to the Clinton Foundation. So Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, regardless of what they both want you to believe, they're friends. He donated to the Clinton Foundation and to her political campaigns. She attended his wedding. So, is it really surprising to think that they might also have the same friends in their social circle, like defense contractors, like Boeing? Here's the thing. Even if it is the case that Donald Trump has said all these horrible things and publicly stated his intent to commit war crimes, that doesn't erase Hillary Clinton's record. She's still a warmonger. She's still war hawkish. She still has blood on her hands and many foreign policy blunders under her belt. But it's abundantly clear that Donald Trump wouldn't necessarily be any better than Hillary Clinton. So, what's the conclusion here? You can choose between a war hawk or a war hawk. Someone who says they're going to commit war crimes and atrocities abroad, I don't know that they're going to be that much better on foreign policy than someone who has already had all these foreign policy blunders. So don't let conman Don fool you. He's proven that he's just as thirsty for blood as Hillary Clinton. So let me educate you on 2 people you can vote for who will not perpetuate more unnecessary wars, who won't get more blood on their hands. It's not Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Those 2 people are Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. And unless you vote for them, you're voting for someone that either A, already has blood on their hands, or B, is telling you that they're going to get a lot of blood on their hands. So don't believe Donald Trump. Don't believe Hillary Clinton. These are 2 people who are very dangerous.